Since I have graduated from the university, I have taught children from middle and working class families in different schools, but working with JRS and teaching refugee children was a whole new experience for me. Teaching refugees children mean that you are dealing with children who face direct threat of violence, children who lost their homes, their belongings, and maybe some of their family members. These children are the most vulnerable in the world. Every day, they risk loss of some kind, including the loss of the future that every single child deserves. My colleagues in JRS, Lebanon, and I, we don't want these children to lose their future, their dreams, and their faith. That's why we are doing our best to provide a fostering environment for our students through the right to education, to develop their abilities, and ensure that they can access and enjoy their rights. I remember one day, one of my students asked me, Miss Abir, can you please help me? Because my mother and sister don't know how to read. At that time, this request from this little girl made me feel the heavy weight of our responsibility. We as tutors, our job is not only to educate these children, but to educate their families as well. For us, maybe reading and writing are simple things that we got used to in our daily life, but they are a dream for those people who are living in hard conditions in refugee camp, in former settlements, or on the streets. And as the COVID-19 pandemic continues to spread, their situation is getting worse, especially here in Lebanon. Although Lebanon has been always the most welcoming for refugees, but we cannot deny that their presence here in Lebanon is a crisis within a crisis. According to UNHCR, Lebanon has approximately 1.5 million refugees, where its population is only 4.5 million. This makes Lebanon the second worldwide in the ratio of refugees to the native population. Unfortunately, with the Lebanese pound devaluation by over 100%, the inflation and the high percentage of employment, the middle class is becoming poor, and the poverty of extremely poor is reaching a point where they are unable to procure food and medications. And these indexes, refugees in Lebanon are doing just worse than their hosts, where over 90% of refugee households live in extreme poverty. The UN says these households are living on less than half Lebanese minimum wage, nearly $36 monthly, and shrinking in real life. This means deprivation of basic human needs, including food, water, sanitation, health, shelter, and education. However, with all these challenges, JRS is supporting refugee families since 2013 all over Lebanon through home visits, food security, livelihood training, reconciliation, education centers to refugee children, youth, adults, and so on. However, this requires appropriate financial and other assistance to prevent a catastrophic breakdown in Lebanon. Finally, I would like to say that in JRS Lebanon, we believe that when we educate refugees, we stand with them on a path that leads to a bright and hopeful future. We accompany refugees in their route like Hospitalidad campaign, Sumo mi camino. We join together our route with their roots. Thank you for listening.